all of us here have joined.
Yes, everyone should join the Mangalarchi with, like we have to keep the initials like English Bhakti Shastri or Bhakti Vaibhav or level 3, level 2. So, yes. Sharmila Mataji, you are joining, but you have to put na English. You are in Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav or level 3. You have to put that. Even
Okay,
like
Mataji.
Snigdha Mataji. For that, what we have to do, like we have to go on a profile, then we have to change our display name and also like our profile name also. And those who are initiated, na, they must put their initiated name. Okay.
Sure.
So
Okay,
yes.
Mataji.
Now, yeah. So now we can start Mangalacharan. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरं मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितान् च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So anyone remember any point from yesterday's book reading session? And those who want to read, they can raise their hand. Can you remember? Are you keeping notebooks with you to write important points? Otherwise, like it will be no of any use na. Like today we will remember, you will feel better, but like there will be no change in our life. We should able to remember. Okay. So yes, like yesterday, our main point was that like why Krishna appear in this material world. Like he is very happy in spiritual world. Then what is necessity to come here, like in this material world? And also we see how merciful Krishna is. Like even we want to enjoy independently without Krishna. Okay, independently with independently without Krishna, then also Krishna is so merciful, he provided all the things which are necessary for for our son's gratification. And then like as a merciful father, he again come in this material world. There is no necessity for Krishna to come here, but then also he come here. Why he come? So that like we again get attracted towards the Krishna, because love for Krishna is a dormant inside us. It is not artificially. Now we will develop some love for Krishna. No, it is naturally present. Just because we are in a material condition, just we are we are in ignorance. We have just forgot that. But once we see the pastimes, beautiful pastimes of Radharani, Krishna, when we hear about Krishna, then we will like one time will come when our like we get the purified, and we will remember, oh, like I'm related to Krishna in this form or in this rasa, and I should go back to the Godhead. And like you will feel that viraha, and like it will like, and that viraha will take us back to the Godhead. Okay. So I think today we have to start with the 23, na? No, 24. So like, yes, we also see na, like yes, we have to take the summary. So we have seen like even in a Vrindavana, like even the roads and the homes are made up of a touchstone. Touchstone is just one, like that one stone. Like when we touch that stone to the iron, it's like it will become, gold. Okay, and there are like in Vrindavana in Vaikunta, there are no not a normal cows. Okay, they are calm dhenus here, and they supply the unlimited quantity of a milk. And like all the paraphernalia are like qualitatively one with the Krishna. Okay, all the jivas are qualitatively one with the Krishna. Only difference is like in the quantity. Krishna is like ocean, and we are just like a drop of a water in that ocean, and one drop can never become an entire ocean. Okay, so yes, so we can see this is the Achinta Bheda Tattvana. We are similar to Krishna in a quality, but we are like in a quantity we are different. Okay, then further we can see like in the spiritual world, what is difference between the spiritual world and in the material world. In the spiritual world, we all know Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and my duty is to serve Krishna, and uh, like uh, let me enjoy by the Krishna. Okay, but in the material world, what we think, whatever things here I am having, like everyone should worship me, everyone should, like I should own everything, and like everyone should listen to me, everyone should serve me. Like here are me, in the material world, me is the center. Okay, like why he is behaving with me. Okay, I am like this, I am like that. In material world, center is I, center is a me, and this is the ignorance. Okay, because why me and I, because we identify ourselves with this material body, we identify ourselves with this mind intelligence, and the false ego. But the fact is that we are beyond this. We are the spirit soul. And Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. I am a servant of Krishna, so my duty is to serve Krishna. Okay, not not use the every paraphernalia in my own sense gratification. Okay, and because when I use all the things present in my in my environment or in my surrounding, like it is a sense gratification, either objects or either persons. Okay, but like when we try to engage everything, either objects or a person, in Krishna's service, then it is a love. Okay, when we try to satisfy own senses, it is lust. But when we try to gratify Krishna's senses, it becomes love. Okay, we are in this material world because we forgot Krishna is the supreme and he is the enjoyer. Okay, so yes, we can also see Prabhupada is giving here a beautiful analogy. Like a matchboxes, safety matchboxes, the the fire particles are already present in that wood, and in that chemical mixture, but it simply require a mild friction. When that mild friction is given, then it ignites to the fire. So similarly, the natural affection for Krishna has already is already present inside our heart, but like when we preach, when we give the little push, then like it become a fire. So preaching means there is little spark for of a Krishna consciousness present in everyone. We simply fan it. Okay, so it is very beautiful service, and that's why Krishna love it most, because it is uh, like all are all are the brothers, all are the siblings, and like one sibling fall in the material world and he is suffering, then another siblings not only he makes the plan to go back to the Godhead, but he also carries his siblings. So parents become more happy now. Okay, he's not only take care of himself, but he's also taking his care of all the siblings and taking them safely back to the Godhead, and pulling them out of a suffering. So Krishna become very happy. So for the spiritual realization, one has to purify the heart and know the things in their true perspective. Okay, so yes, even in a Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one shloka which states that the Srimad Bhagavatam is for the for those devotees who are 100% pure in their heart. So why we are reading that we are not 100%? Because it is designed in a such a way, like when we start reading, we start getting purified. So like when we start reading, you are already getting purified. So like when we reach to the second, third, fourth canto, or like so long, depend on your sincerity, uh, like you will become purified, and you can actually start understanding what actually author wants to tell us. When we read the Srila Prabhupada books, like in starting we read, okay, like it is, we are forcing ourselves to read because we don't have taste. Same thing happened with me, like when I start reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. But what Aishwarya Mataji said, like start reading at least one shloka per day, and like with the slowly you will get the taste, and that things happens. So like in starting, you may don't have the taste for that, but like you have to do it daily, then you will have the taste. And like once you bring the dedication and sincerity, then like Prabhupada will reveal his books. Okay, you will understand that what Prabhupada actually wants to tell us. And like even if you read the multiple times, that understanding deepens. Okay, so even we see this material world is like whatever we are seeing. We are in a Bhagavatam currently. We are seeing the like it is a dream. Either you are sleeping and enjoying through your subtle body. Either you are like in entire day you are trying to enjoy with this gross body, or like use the senses in gross senses for the enjoyment. So everything is illusion. Everything is a everything. Uh, everything is a dream. Okay, either you are sleeping, you are dreaming, or either like you are you are awake, it is dreaming. It is a dream of a Mahavishnu, because he is a sleeping na? Like it is a dream of him. And the like Maya means which is not present. Like we consider this body is mine, like mind is mine, sorry, the mind is me, the intelligence is me, this body is me. And like then we start to gratify these senses, and we start desiring the things which are related to this body. Like we try to see the bodily comforts, but the problem is that we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. And like when we too much focus on our body, it's like we are cleaning the cage, and we are ignoring the like a bird present inside that cage. We are not feeding that bird. But when okay, we have to take care of a cage also, but most important is like we have to feed something to the soul, to the soul, to that bird. And then like everything will be good. So there should be balance between material world activities, material duties, and the spiritual duties. Okay, so like every time like like you are suffering, or like somewhere some are in a bad phase, they have to remember it is just a hallucination. Like my real purpose is to get out of this material world, and like I should not be get affected by these dualities. Okay, this time will also pass. Okay, so now we can start with the 24th. Yes, Vinod Prabhu, you can start. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. 24. When the Lord entered the forest of Vindravana, all the inhabitants of the forest, both animate and inanimate, were eager to receive him. He saw that the followers of the forest, all fully blossoming, were weeping in ecstasy. Honey flowing down their petals. The waterfalls on the hilly rocks were gladly flowing, and one could hear sweet sounds from the caves nearby. The Lord has multifarious energies, and therefore the Lord and his energies are identical. Among his various energies, the material energy is one. And it is said in the Bhagavad Gita that the material energy is inferior in quality to the spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is superior because material energy alone cannot produce anything. But the source of all energies is the all attractive personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. This material world is a combination of matter and spirit, but the spiritual world, which is far, far away from the material sky, is purely spiritual and has no contact with matter. In the spiritual world, everything is spirit. We have already discussed this. The personality of Godhead, the original source of all energies, is able to convert spirit into matter and matter into spirit. For him, there is no difference between matter and spirit. He is therefore called Kaivalya. Kaivalya. In Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes, he reciprocates with spirit, not matter. When he is in the mortal world, the material qualities cannot work upon him. An electrician knows how to take work from electricity. With the help of electricity, he can turn water into cold or heat. Similarly, the personality of Godhead can turn matter into spirit and spirit into matter by his inconceivable power. Everything is therefore matter and spirit by the grace of the Almighty, although there is a difference between matter and spirit for the ordinary living being. Flowers, waterfalls, trees, fruits, hills, caves, birds, beasts, and human beings are nothing but combination of God's energy. Therefore, when the personality of Godhead appeared before them, they all became spiritually inclined, and by natural affection they wanted to serve the Almighty in various capacities. There are different stages of spiritual development in matter. In the material world, the spiritual sparks of the personality of Godhead are covered by the material energy in different propositions, and gradually they become spiritualized in various species of life. The human form of life represents the complete development of the senses for spiritual realization of one's original affection for the Lord. Therefore, if despite his opportunity for human life, we are unable to revive our natural affection for the Lord, we must know that we are wasting our life for nothing. By the grace of the Lord, however, the spiritual consciousness of every species of life can occupy its proper place, and these species can express their spiritual affection for the Lord in the Santarasa, as discussed, as displaced by the land, water, hills, trees, fruits, and flowers of Vrindavan during the presence of Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So here we can see uh, the verse says that when the Lord entered the forest of Vrindavana, all inhabitants of the forest, both animate and inanimate, like means living and those who are in living. But fact is that in a Golok Vrindavana, everything is living. Even the milk talk, even the leaves talk, even the fruits talk with each other. Okay, because everything is a spiritual and nothing is a matter. Okay, so we are eager to receive Him. So we can see Krishna is also coming in our life in a form of books, in a form of senior devotees glorifying Krishna, like in a form of a holy name. But are we eager to receive the Krishna? No, we are not eager. Like how we can say, like you can may ask, oh Mataji, I'm very eager to like for the Krishna consciousness. I read books, I chant, but we can do one kind of a litmus test, as Nam Mr. Das Prabhu said, that like when I'm sitting for a chanting, like I want to am I hearing every word of Hare Krishna mantra, that too with the love. Okay, and and also like even after finishing the 16 rounds, am I developing the taste? Oh, I want to I want to I want to take more names, I want to chant more rounds, and it is very hard to stop the chanting. Is this happening with you? If it is yes, then like you are you are already elevated. Okay, but like are we eager, like even if a bhagavatam classes go for the 2 hours, and like then still you are eager to hear for the another 3 4 hours, like because you are not eager, because like someone is glorifying Krishna, and like you should develop, oh, I want to hear about Krishna more and more. Like even if you read the 100 pages even 100 pages of in one day, and then like are you still you are having the taste to read the further books, but like you are resisting, oh, I also have to do material duties, but I really want to read these books. Are you having this kind of things? It means like when we have this kind of things now, then we are eager, like we are eager to receiving Krishna, and like we should become eager, like we should relish the holy name, we should relish the reading books, and like it should become the most important part of our life. We shouldn't live without it. Then only we can go back to the Godhead. Okay, otherwise like simply doing the drama, it won't help us. Okay, due to Prabhupada's mercy maybe, but like we should be very eager, very sincere, and very determined in our sadhana. Okay, he saw that the flowers of the forest, all the fully blossoming, where the like whipping in the ecstasy. And are we feeling ecstasy when we are chanting holy name? We don't feel, because we are not purified. But like we can become purified. Like in other scriptures, like we just see in like in the last book now, what other religion and what the other like they say, like yes, Krishna is like the supreme person is there, God is there, but we cannot see him. uh, like he's very far away from us. But what Krishna, like but what the Vaishnava philosophy says, you can see Krishna, you can see Krishna here only, but for that you have to purify your senses. And like how you have to purify, it is given by chanting the holy name, by hearing the glorification. It is very simple, everything is in front of us, there is only one gap, that is the action. We are not taking action seriously. Okay, so we should also start feeling the ecstasy, okay? Like as it is stated in the Shishtastakam, now when I chant the name of Hari, like when the tears will flow, or like flow like a rains, and like when my throat will choke, and when my hairs will stand on my like hairs will stand. So like actually we should feel like like when we become serious, we should at least feel. So like when these things are not happening now, like it is like a thing that we have to become like we have to make we have to make note that I have to become more and more serious. Okay, so honey is flowing down their petals. The waterfalls on the hilly rocks were gladly flowing, and one could hear the sweet sounds of the caves nearby. So what one more thing we can understand now, like when we are welcoming Krishna, okay, then like whatever things we are having, either we have the sweet voice, or either we are good in preaching, or either we are good in any kind of digital seva or something, or you are good at talking, like whatever things we are having, we must try to engage all that things in Krishna's service. Okay, so like whatever best thing like you can do, you should do it for Krishna. Okay, and that too with the ecstasy. Oh, I have to chant my 16 rounds. Like when I chant the 16 round, Krishna become very happy. When I hear the Krishna's name, like when I'm chanting, and when I chant in a prayerful mood and begging to Krishna, Krishna, please pick me from this material world. Krishna become very happy. When I increase my sincerity in Krishna consciousness, Krishna become very happy. So like we are chanting not just for for the sake of duty, but we are also chanting for the pleasure of a Krishna. Okay, and like that too with a love. Okay, like as in Mr. Das Prabhu giving an example, not with the not in the spirit throwing the stones at Krishna, 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 Krishna. Like we have to chant with the love. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like we can see where we can improve. Oh, I have to read the Prabhupada books, and I'm so tired. Like, okay, let me like someone like seniors had told me to read, so at least read me one paragraph. No, like you should be enthusiastic for that. And like how how like this enthusiasm develop, what Prabhupada said in a purport of a nectar of instruction. Prabhupada says this enthusiasm is like when we act, this enthusiasm automatically come. When we take too much with too much interest in services, like whatever services you are like on your whatever courses you are in, when you are doing the self study, you're putting efforts from your side, like putting extra efforts, then this enthusiasm will develop. For to develop enthusiasm, like there should no there there should not be someone who can motivate you like instantly, or constantly. No, like you should act. Once you act, then enthusiasm will develop. Okay, so like from this like 2 to 3 lines also we can take a lot of points. Okay, so we can see like in the in this material world is like it this material world is a form from the different kinds of energies. And like we also see there is there are two kinds of energy, actually three kinds of energy, but the jivas belong to the spiritual energy, the superior energy. But like it is called as a marginal energy, because we have the tendency, we can either choose a Krishna, the spiritual energy, or we have the tendency, we can choose the Maya Devi or the material energy. Okay, like to whom we choose, like when we choose Krishna, we become eternally happy. Okay, but when we choose the Maya Devi, we will suffer. Okay, and the Maya Devi has created such a jail that like even you are suffering, you don't want to get out of that. Okay, but like you need to be intelligent. I can never become happy in this jail, I should get out of this. And this human life, it is like that 1 minute. that like doors are open, doors are open, like doors of a jail are open, and like Maya Devi saying, please get out of this jail. You are suffering from so long. You have the opportunity. Please go out. The our like Krishna Saints is like a bona fide representative to tell us this human life is very real. Like it is just 1 minute. Please practice spirituality very sincerely and get out of this place. Like door is open. Please get out. Please get out. Otherwise, you will suffer. Get when the gate will close. This when we leave this human body. Then like we will lose the opportunity. But what we are saying, oh, like okay, you are saying right, but let me talk with my husband, or let me talk with my wife, or like let me take care of my kids. Like say it to yourself, like you are not, like even like you cannot take care of yourself. What kind of care, or like what kind of nourishment you are going to provide to your kids? The best things you can give to your kid is a Krishna consciousness. The best gift you can give like to relatives and society is a Krishna consciousness, because it will free them from the cycle of birth and death. It will free them from the suffering. And for that, we need to be compassionate. The problem is that like we are only hearing, but we are not using our intelligence. We are not sharpening our intelligence. And that's why like we are not compassionate, because like this compassion will come when we see the people are suffering, even they have the millions of dollars in their bank accounts, but like but they are suffering from the birth, death, old age, and disease. They are so unfortunate that even they don't know what are the real problems of the life. So we should be very compassionate, and with this compassion we should pre-reach the mission. Okay. So yes, we can see the spiritual energy is superior, because like without the contact with the spiritual energy, the material energy cannot produce anything. So there are two energies. First is a material energy. First is a spiritual energy. Another one is a material energy. So why superior energy is a superior, spiritual energy is a superior, but even this we have the material energy, but like unless and until like there is a spiritual energy, we cannot produce nothing, we cannot produce anything. For example, when someone dies, the body is still there, material energy is still there, but why it is not moving? Because the spiritual energy is absent there, the soul and super soul is not there. So until and unless the consciousness is a sign of a is a sign of a like a soul is present in that body. Like even the trees grows, why they grows? Because like a consciousness is present, like a soul is a present there. And even the trees also have the consciousness. Okay, they grow in a direction of sunlight, their roots grow in a direction of water. They also have the consciousness. That's why whatever we are eating, we should offer it to Krishna. Otherwise we are getting the sins to killing the another jiva. Okay. So yes, like the material world is a combination of the matter and the spirit, but in the spiritual world. So what is the difference between material world and spiritual world? In the material world, whatever we are seeing is a combination of the matter and the spirit soul. Okay, that means a combination of a material energy and superior energy. But in a spiritual world, everything is a spiritual. And we have the description when we read the Krishna book, when we read the 10th canto, like when there is a description about uh, description about the forest of Vrindavana, even pastimes, as we see in Damodar Jilasana, like the milk, he's a boiling, because like Yashoda Maya was feeding the milk to Krishna, and like milk was thinking that which is on the stove, he was thinking that like I'm not able to serve Krishna, then what is use of my life? Let me it's a better let me commit the suicide. That's why he's overflowing, because milk also have the consciousness, that that fire also have consciousness, the leaves, that small grasses, everything, even the stones have the consciousness, because they are also devotees. Okay, they are also devotees, and for the devotees, service to Krishna matters more. So yes, and even Krishna comes in this material world. Everything is a spiritual. Okay, he never comes under the material energy. He never comes under the three modes of a nature. And Krishna is the supreme, and he is the supreme personality of Godhead, and he is able to convert the spirit into the matter and matter into the spirit. Okay, so for him, there is no difference between a matter and a spirit. That's why he has one name, that is a Kaivalya. So from now, like we have to remember this name Kaivalya, because for Krishna there is no difference between matter and spirit. He can convert matter into spirit and spirit into matter. Okay, so like how we can see the electrician, he know how the electricity works, and so with the use of the same electricity he can, he can like glow the bulb, or like the same electricity he use in a refrigerator and like make the vegetables or make the like other items cold. But he used same electricity in a form of induction or microwave or other appliances like a heater, and like he changed the electricity into the heat. So similarly, Krishna is the he's the supreme. He can convert the matter into the spirit, we can say that this electricity is like energy. So Krishna can convert this energy into the superior energy or into the material energy. It means like matter and spirit. Okay, and how is a converting? It is the inconceivable power, because of his inconceivable. We cannot conceive because we don't have that kind of intelligence, but that kind of intelligence will develop when we purify our intelligence. So whatever the waterfall, flowers, everything, like there is a Krishna's brain behind that. Like you may say, but this material world is created by the Brahmaji, then how Krishna's intelligence? For that we have to go into the Srimad Bhagavatam. Even in the first sloka of the first sloka of a first canto of the first chapter, we can see where it is stated, Vyasadeva says that like Krishna is the first one who have imparted the Vedic knowledge in the heart of a Brahmaji. So in starting, Brahmaji don't have any idea why I am here, who am I, and what is why I have created. I have no idea. So but then he heard the one word tapa. You have to do tapa. So when Brahmaji performed the austerity for the millions of years, then Krishna revealed in his heart that why he has taken birth, and how he should create the universe. Okay, so to how to create this universe, there is a designer, there is an engineer behind that, there is a manager. Okay, the Krishna is behind that, Krishna's intelligence is behind that. But what our modern scientists say, everything is happened accidentally. The Big Bang theory, there was dense dense substance, then it burst, then it was very hot in starting, then it start cooling down, then rain happen, etc, etc, etc. All is rubbish. Even I say I have this bottle, and when I say this bottle has come accidentally, I was sleeping here, and but when I wake up the bottle was here. It has happened accidentally. You will say, Mataji, are you fool? This will never happen, because there should be designer behind this, there should be engineer, there are a lot of workers who design this bottle, who create this bottle. So similarly, whatever the simple class we can see, even in the botany, zoology, and even in the medical science, for the each, we can see in a medical field, for the each part, there is a one specialist, and they are for to study that part, they are spending the 40 to 50 years to simply to understand that part, and how it works, and how we should treat that part. Okay, so we can see Krishna has created wonderfully. So these flowers, where waterfalls, trees, fruits, hills, everything is a combination of Krishna's energy. So either when we are walking, when we are seeing the trees, beautiful flowers, we should able to remember Krishna. When we are able to, when we are seeing the sun in the sky, when we are able to see the clouds, we should remember. When next time when we see the clouds, we should remember Krishna is so merciful that Krishna has a preserved water in the ocean. Krishna is so merciful. He's so smart. He's very intelligent that he also frozen the water in a form of ice. And Krishna is so merciful, he evaporate that water in a form of a clouds, and he bestow his mercy in a form of rain. Okay, so next time, in this way, we can relate everything to Krishna. Okay. So, further, what Prabhupada says here, therefore, when the personality of a Godhead appear before them, they all become spiritually inclined by the natural affection they wanted to serve the Almighty in the various capacities. So we can see, that's why we have to, it is very important that we should hear the glories of Krishna. And when we read the Prabhupada books, what is it? Currently we are reading the Prabhupada books, what is here? It is the glorification of Krishna. We are glorifying Krishna. like how he has created everything, how he's bestowing his mercy. So like when we are getting in a touch of Krishna, like it doesn't mean that you have to go in a temple and you have to touch the deity. No, like touching means even when we are hearing about Krishna, when we are reading the books, when we are hearing, it means when we are in contact with the Krishna, then we become spiritually inclined, and whatever affection we are having for Krishna in the spiritual world, that will start developing again. Like it is like we have the lost our memory, like how lovingly we are staying with Krishna. I love like how what kind of happiness we are getting when we used to serve Krishna. We have forget everything, but when we start connecting with the Krishna, when we are start staying closer to Krishna, in a form of hearing his holy name, hearing his glorification, by reading the glorification, by reading the books, then again we will develop that kind and that natural affection for Krishna. And when we develop that attraction, then what is the next step? When we hear about Krishna, when we start purification, then you immediately want to serve. So currently we are searching for the person who are very sincere in the services. We don't get, because they are not hearing properly, and like even they are hearing, then they don't want to serve because they need a purificatory process. But like why you have to wait, like okay, let me hear, then I will develop this taste for the uh, taste to serve Krishna. No, like even like you don't have the taste for Krishna, try to act very sincerely and with the full attention, and we have to take the accountability of that services. Then like then like you will naturally develop. Like Krishna will say, oh, like he's trying to serve me, let me give him intelligence, or like let me give provide all the things necessary for serving me. So Krishna will take care, but what is important, that like you should develop the taste, or your sincerity should be there. So yes, like even yes, we can see the past times when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling through the forest of Jharkhand, when he is taking the holy names. Then like even the lions, tiger, trees, everyone was dancing in ecstasy, and like they are also chanting the holy names. And even there is one pastime where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Haridas Thakura, okay, by chanting the holy names, this human will they will get liberated, they can go back to the Godhead. But what about these trees? What about these insects? What about these animals? How they can get liberated? So like that Haridas Thakur said, like when you chant the holy name loudly, then like this insects will also get liberated. These trees will also get liberated. So when we are walking on the street, or when we are walking on the gardens, like when we see the insects, we can chant for them. Okay. Even Prabhupada used to do this when he used to go for the morning walk. And like there is one incident, when like Prabhupada used to go for the morning walks, like in the park, he see the ants, okay, small ants, and Prabhupada was start chanting for that ants, and he's over enthusiastic disciples come and they step on that ants, and they said like, Prabhupada, why are you chanting here? Like why are you chanting? Then Prabhupada said like, I'm chanting for that ants, and like you put your foot on that ants. So this is our state, okay, this is our stage of the consciousness. So like okay, whatever we are hearing, we can, how much points we can take it out, but the problem is that like we should apply them. Until and unless apply them, there will be no change. Every day, like we should try to, we should hear one point and we should try to apply it. Okay, like it will be anything, like let me remember Krishna everywhere. When I see the clouds or when I see the trees, let me remember the things. When I see the animals, let me remember the pastimes of a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like how he is he was in a Jharkhand forest, and like how he made the animals stand. Okay, we should try to remember Krishna. We should always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. And despite like, so in human life, like a human form of life, we get the full consciousness that we can use our senses, and like we can use our this effects of the human body to go back to the Godhead, not to stay in this material world. So in the starting, we have seen the rasa. First is the Shanta rasa, means like a devotees, they are taking a form of this things like a land, water, hills, trees, fruits, flowers, and like they are serving to Krishna. That's why they are alive, they are alive in the in the spiritual world. Here, like we will get scared if the tree starts speaking to us or flowers start speaking to us. And we can see like in the movies and like in the series, they like are on in the cartoons, they make the things like trees are talking to each other, or even flowers are talking to each other. From where these ideas are coming? because these are happening in the spiritual world and these ideas are coming from there. Okay, but just like a perfect reflection, not a complete knowledge. So we can see first is the Shantarasa, means like in form of inanimate like objects we are serving Krishna, like just becoming a grass and like like that we are providing the comfort to feet of a Krishna, or like we are becoming a flower and like we are serving the Krishna in a form of a garlands. Okay, then Shantarasa, then is a Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa means like becoming the servant of Krishna, and then that is a Sakhya Rasa, means becoming a friend, Gopa of Krishna. Okay. Then after that, there is a Vatsalya Rasa, becoming the parents of parents of a Krishna. Okay. And after that, the greatest is a Madhurya Rasa. Okay. So like the love for Krishna. Okay, in a form of a Madhurya Rasa. So what is the time? So sorry, I haven't seen the time. We are already late by 15 minutes. So yes, because this was so beautiful, na? Like we can explain it for the hours. But now today we can end here. Tomorrow we will start with the I think 25th verse. So Hare Krishna, Vancha
25.
Kalpatarubhasya
Hare
Kripa
Krishna
Sindhu
Prabhupada
Eva Cha
Sindhu
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Mother.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
So from tomorrow, I will keep the table clock in front of me. Otherwise, I won't see the time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.